All right. G Moon. Um, Kind of figuring out how to use this stuff. I haven't used it in a bit, so sorry for the slight delay there. I have this like weird music playing in the background that I'm trying to figure out how to stop. 1 second. Let's see. Media assets. This is acoustic cinematic. I don't like it. What about dance pop? No, we're not doing dance pop. We'll just do lo-fi. And just like lower the sound a bit. Cool. All right. So thank you for joining in. Let me just see if everything is live everywhere. It seems to be. Let's see. Are we live everywhere? We are live on Twitter. I see that. Or X, or whatever the freak you want to call it. I think we're live on LinkedIn. And I'm fairly certain that we are live on YouTube. Yeah, we're good to go. Cool. We're good to go. So today we are live streaming building out an Etherscan clone on top of Movement. See if we can kind of like vibe code that out. There are rumors that, this costs like $1 million a year to host. So I'm just like, why not just vibe code it? See if we can just do it. So for this project, I'm using Next.js. It's always good to just have, when you're vibe coding, kind of like at least a base to start off from. I'm just using this Next.js with ShadCN just to scaffold it out like easier, make it much better to see. And I've got that sort of like created here. I ran the npx ShadCN latest init right before this, so we're good to go there. And for the majority of this, I'm going to be using my good friend Claude. So let's have Claude appear here in the terminal. Hopefully that's sort of seeable. Let's do Claude. Cool. Claude is all good and all ready to help us out. All right. So normally I'd run like a Claude init, something like that. I'm not. We could probably do that init, right? We'll just init real quick. Claude will go through, take a look at the code base. There's not much in the code base right now. It's just a scaffolded out ShadCN starter. So we'll have that going over here. Localhost 3000. Let's see. Cool. Yeah. All right. So nothing really too big there. I see some comments coming in. Nice. GM Nazi, thank you for joining. Let's give it a big round of fucking applause for Nazi for joining in. Love you. Have been a good friend for a while. Let's see. All right. So we've got our shit going here. Nice. So Claude has created a very quick Claude MD file. If you're unfamiliar with Claude, if this is your first time kind of looking at it, what you can do with Claude is just like, it's an agent coding tool that pretty much does all your fucking work for you and will one day replace us all as engineers. We are no longer needed. Maybe we'll be here to guide it in some manner. But anyway, so Claude just like went through my initial scaffolded out code base and sees that, okay, cool. These are some of the commands. This is the tech stack. And this is the file structure. And like, as we kind of add things to it, we'll probably come back to Claude and add more things to it. I'm going to add just like a little, not in here. Actually, we'll just create like a initial spec file. Initial spec.md. Normally I would do this in like Obsidian beforehand, but I'm just kind of like doing this on the fly from scratch just to see how far we kind of get. But what we're going to be building out, let's see if I can just copy. Nah, let's see. So this will be just a draft spec. So let me just actually write that out. This is a draft spec. And so what are we going to build? We are building a Etherscan link. Etherscan.io. But we're going to rebuild it and make it work for Movement. Movement is a move-based blockchain built on the Aptos framework. I'm just like right now giving a bunch of context inside of this like MD file so that when we actually draft out like this a bigger plan. This is just like the initial plan, just to give Claude a little bit of context. Once we actually do some higher level planning, it'll look a little bit better. But Movement is built on the Aptos framework. Most things that work on Aptos should work exactly the same on Movement. And I'm just going to drop in like the RPC. I think thing, but we should be back up. But what I was just kind of like doing there, it was just, I think, asking me for permissions to like fetch a bunch of documentation and all that. So I'm just allowing that to just do its thing. So Claude can get like additional context from the web for anything that it needs. It's looking through our docs, it's looking through the Aptos docs. It's also looking through our endpoints and everything. Yeah, and like I can see like it's searching for the right things. So this is good. It already has like a good kind of grasp around like what we're trying to do, which is good. Let's see. And appreciate you, Kamal, for pointing that out. I probably would have just like kept talking without even realizing for quite some time. Cool. It's doing like a lot of good research, actually. You can see kind of like all the stuff that it's doing in the background there. Yes, get all that stuff. Yes, and it's already looking at NFTs, tokens, everything. Nice. Cool. All right. Nice. It's looking at user transactions, metadata. Amazing. Got a pretty nice amount of people in here. Definitely feel free to drop any questions. This is probably the slightly boring part where like, Claude is just doing all the research. But if you really think about it, like we would have had to do all this research ourselves and it would have been even more boring. So no one wants to do research, right? Let Claude do the research for you. Got a question: how close is Aptos to the Move VM? So yeah, we're built on the Aptos framework. So similar to like if you're coming from like one EVM chain to another, most of the tools should be kind of like one-to-one. With some small caveats, there are a couple of things that are not quite compatible on movement with on the Aptos side. So just like an example, Aptos has like Aptos Connect, which is like a embedded like social wallet kind of thing, or like keyless wallet stuff. That level of stuff kind of like doesn't work on us, but anything like move language related, anything on the VM level should be more or less one-to-one. And majority of like tools, SDKs and things like that would work in both ways. So you'll see like if you go through our docs or through like any of like our example stuff, we're using like the Aptos TS SDK and all that stuff, because like the main thing you're really doing is just like switching an RPC endpoint. It's doing a lot of research, more than I feel like it normally does, but I mean that's good. Claude needs to know everything. It hasn't started asking me questions yet, which is interesting. Excellent. Okay, cool. It's done the research. Now it's going to start the interview. All right, let's see how the interview goes. This is like one of my favorite ways of actually planning. One of the guys from Claude Code actually like tweeted this out, and ever since he tweeted this, I'm just like, hell yeah. We're gonna do this. It is eating up tokens. Thankfully, we have the max plan. So, and it's for like the holidays. They have like 2 times the usage. So, I think we're pretty good on that. All right. For the main page transaction list, what data points should each transaction or display? So these options range from minimal, which should be hash, sender, timestamp, to full Okay, let's see what's our preference. Let's take a look at how Etherscan kind of does this. I think it's pretty minimal, right? So this is Etherscan. So they've mostly, if we look at like latest transactions, it's really just the hash and like a quick gas amount, I guess. So we could probably stick to that. Maybe minimal plus gas. All right. The indexer supports both offset. Okay, we definitely want pagination. I do not want an infinite. Okay, do we want an infinite? Do we? They don't have infinite scroll here, right? Nah. We just view all transactions. Yeah. We'll paginate. Pagination is better. Numbered pages. For MVP, which entity detail page do we need? Each requires different graphical queries and UI work. Core only, which would be the transaction account block. We want core tokens and NFTs. Ooh, fucking everything, bro. Full suite. Yeah, submit those. So already it's like looking at like, all right, let me get a bigger picture. This guy barely gave me any details. What are the different pages I need to make? It already knows about the pagination, the number of pages for the transaction, the details that it wants to show, and then all that stuff, you know? All right, for the universal search bar, how should we detect what the user is searching for? Address, transaction, or should we query also auto detect, parallel query, first batch? I wonder how they actually do this. So in the search bar, like whether you put in an address, transaction hash, block, whatever, it knows automatically, right? That this is the thing. Auto detect. Do we want to parse the input or do we want a parallel query? Parallel query would be cool because then you're like, I guess, more guaranteed to get what you want. But I feel like auto detect, parsing the input. Okay, so Kamal says Etherscan uses auto detect. Okay, we can probably just do auto detect. Yeah, and like we can differentiate between each of the inputs, so that should be fine. Yeah. All right. When viewing an account, how should we organize the tab section for transactions, token balances? Okay. Let me grab an account. I want to show my fucking account though. Hold on, let me see. Anyone want to show their account? Let me see. See, if I was just doing this on my own, I'd just look at my own account. Hold on. Okay, this is like a throwaway account. We can use this one. Just grabbing an account off screen. Okay, yeah. So this is a throwaway address. I don't care about this one. Actually, no. Fuck. Umer 0xs, give it movement style UI. Look, we will. No worries. Let me grab another account somewhere. We could probably go and look at my old account that like was compromised back in the day. Let's do that. If I still have it. I used to be able to search for hot.eth and it would come up. Okay, fuck it. Here, we'll use this account. I think think this one should be okay. This is fine. Okay. It's done like something 82 days ago and has some money in it. That's fine. Okay, cool. So what was the question? I fucking forgot the question. Okay. When viewing an account, how should we organize the tab sections for transactions, token balances, and NFTs? Single scroll, all sections, tab view. So tab view is what we have on our current one. And then there's summary and tabs. This is more or less a tab view. Yeah. Transactions. Yeah, we could do the same thing. Let's just say, let's mimic Etherscan on this. Should we show real-time updates, new transactions appearing on the homepage? We're not going to hit the gRPC endpoint, so no. We can auto refresh, live indicator. We'll just do static for the MVP. We'll look into maybe live updates afterwards, but I don't want to complicate the MVP that much. I think most block sport, like Etherscan and stuff, you have to refresh anyway, so it's whatever. Cool. For transaction detail page, can have multiple events and state changes. How much detail should we show? All right. So how much detail? Again, I think we just want to really mimic yeah. Again, mimic Etherscan on this. We're trying to have a payload function. Should we decode, display the function name, arguments, or show the raw payload? Both. For token balance on account pages, should we fetch all tokens or just show tokens with non-zero balances? So let's just do non-zero. No one gives a shit about like zero balance tokens. Yeah. My goal is like if we could feed it enough details and data that it one-shots this entire fucking thing. That would be amazing. All right. When a search returns on no results, it's getting like super detailed. Like initially when I would use plan mode, it would maybe ask me like 5 or 6 different questions on a good day. This is probably going to go into like 20, 30 questions, and it's amazing how detailed it gets and like how good the spec is going to be at the end. One of the biggest things that like when you're vibe coding, like why shit doesn't work always, like is because you just don't plan fucking correctly, right? This forces you to plan correctly, because like you're not planning. Claude is just like, all right, this guy's a dumbass. He didn't give me any fucking details. Let me just ask him. So that's like the best thing ever about this. All right, when a search returns no results or an invalid address and hash is entered, what UX should we show? I guess helpful guidance would be nice to people, you know. For the block detail page, should we show all transactions in that block or paginate them? We can show all, I guess, for now. Most of our yeah, should be fine. If it gets too much, we can change it later. Should we include a network state header banner showing current block height, TPS, gas price, or keep the UI minimal? Do we want this in the first round? I'll add this afterwards. No stats on the MVP. I'll probably add them afterwards. Submit the answers. Mainly because I'm just trying to like stick to like the RPC and like indexer queries, and not too much more than that. For NFT displays on the account page, how should we render NFTs? Or just show metadata? If we can show the grid with images, that would be nice. Show a generic, yeah, we'll show a generic placeholder icon. If we can't fetch it for our reason, should we implement URL routing for deep linking? Hell the fuck yes, we should. We'll go the simpler route. What's the simplest in particular? Query params? Yeah, we'll just do query params. All right, for data fetching, should we use React Query, TanStack? Hell yes, we should. Let's use TanStack Query. It's a very good. Should graph queries be made client side or server side? Probably server side is going to be better, right? Does anyone have opinions on this? I'm probably thinking server side. We could just put them in like the Next.js routes. Like, do we want we don't want anything on the client side, right? Server side, and then we just like return that data to the front end. Yeah. How many transactions should load per page on the homepage list? Let's do, yeah, Etherscan does 25. We'll do 25 too. Submit. Guzzle up them tokens. Yeah, client side has some rendering issues, as Kamal pointed out. Cool. How should we display addresses? Truncate the fuck out of them. Yeah, I guess full on hover. How does it come up here? Oh no, they show the full shit here. When we go to, they truncate them here and then on hover. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Full on hover. How should timestamps be displayed relative 2 minutes ago versus absolute? They do relative. Let's do relative. Because like, whenever I look, because yeah, I realize whenever I look at like the timestamps on our current one, it's like it's absolute, and I'm just like, all right, how long was that? That's like what I actually care about in my head. Kamal asks, why doesn't it stop asking now? Like look, bro, this is what you got to do to vibe code a good product. You know, and the more it asks, the better it does. What's the mobile priority? Should we build mobile first? All right, let's do responsive. You know, mobile first. Let's make sure motherfuckers on their phones can actually look at this shit. I mean, like, look, these are like a bunch of this shit is stuff I didn't really even think about because I'm doing this on the fly, and I probably wouldn't have thought about it until like I went deep into things. Let's see. Do we care about like, okay, chat, do we care about light mode, dark mode? Do we want both? Do we want light only, dark only? Is there dark mode? Okay, there's dark mode. Dim. I actually don't like dark mode on Etherscan. Actually, no. I don't like dim. I like dark. Okay, dark is nice. Yeah, let's, okay. So Umar says we should do both. Kamal says we should do both. We're fucking doing both with the toggle. And it's not us fucking doing it, it's Claude doing it, so we're just guzzling up more tokens, so it's all good. When the indexer is down or returns errors, how should we handle it? We should try to fall back to the RPC. Yeah, fall back to RPC when indexer is down. For the MVP, should we include contract and module verification and source code display or defer that? Let's do... let's do read only for now, and we could worry about that in a future iteration. I mean, the good thing is with like modules, the way they are set up right now, it's pretty much like you have to specify if you don't want the code to be like verified or open. By default, it's just like comes in like a verified state. So read only is fine. It'll give you everything anyway. For account pages, should we differentiate between regular accounts and module/contract accounts? So this is a specific move thing. In like, if you're coming from the EVM world, right? Contracts have their own address, accounts have their own address. In the move side of things, everything is an account, everything has an address, and that address can own modules, which are the smart contracts. So within one address, I can actually have multiple smart contracts. So if we take a look at, let's see, our current Explorer. Let's see. This should be a contract. Yeah. So at this account on this address, I can have multiple packages. I can have multiple accounts, multiple things kind of like. So there's both a package and a router thing here. So there's different contracts that I can run code from, right? So this is going to be something that's different than the EVM side of things. So we probably just have to let Claude know about that. On the move contract side of things, all addresses can have multiple modules/smart contracts under them. Take a look at this page to see how it works on the current movement Explorer. So now it'll have context around this. Wait, no. Fuck. How do I go back? There it is. There. Okay, much better. Should clicking a token in the balance list go to a token detail page or just show a tooltip with more info? Let's start with a tooltip for now, and we can go into like heavy detail page in later version. For gas display, should show raw gas units or convert to move token value, move value. Otherwise, it'll show like octas, I think. For like a human readable thing, we probably just want the move values. Now it's just going to fetch the content from the page, so it has that context too. Okay, cool. For the modules tab on the account page, what features do you want? The current Explorer shows module list, view code, and run. List code and run is fine. For the run module feature, should use to be able to execute view entry functions from the Explorer. Let's do full execution. Should we add a dedicated tokens page listing for all fungible assets? Yes, we should. Or only just to show them on the account page. Okay. Let's see. For wallet connection to execute functions, which wallet adapter used? Aptos wallet adapter. When viewing module code, should we show the raw bytecode or display the move source if available? The ABI only is fine for now, and we can do the full module code in a future iteration. Last one. What should be the app called? Okay, all right. This is the last question. Apparently, we'll call it Moverscan. Submit answers. Let's go. Also, I'm probably just gonna YOLO, like let Claude just like fucking go at it for this thing and see how this looks. For function execution input fields, how should we handle complex vectors, structs, and generics? Basic type support. Yeah, smart parsing. Should function execution result be displayed inline or in a modal? Do we want? All right, chat. Do we want inline or in a modal, or do we want toast? What the fuck is the point of a toast and link? Okay, a link to the actual transaction. Okay, actually, I like this toast and link. Let's do that. For events on transaction page, should we decode known event types? Yes, we should. Absolutely. Event type and raw JSON data is good. Submit. It lied. Claude lied to me. It said that was the last one, and then it asked some more questions. All right, all right. He says he has enough information. He's gonna write a comprehensive spec to the plan file. Let's do it. It's meandering. He's meandering now. I don't know what the fuck meandering means. Yeah. Kamal says yes. Finally, the planning stages are effectively done, I guess. Still, it's gonna meander for just like a little bit, you know. Claude likes to meander quite a lot. Updated plan /plan too. And I'll write it to the spec. I think we'll be fine. Meandering river. This is very poetic. Moving slowly in no particular direction or with no clear purpose, a meandering river. It's hella poetic. I like it. All right, more fucking questions. Okay. Which wallet should we support via the wallet adapter? Just Nightly and Razor. For NFT images, should we proxy them through our server or load them? Just fucking load them directly, bro. Or we're not gonna. Should the spec be saved as yes? We should. It should. New spec.md. Submit. Now it is pondering. No more meandering. It is now pondering. It's pondering life, pondering the choices it's made. You guys ever wonder if like what Claude version is actually available to like the Anthropic people? Like what can Claude actually do internally? Like sometimes I wonder. All right, cool. Final check. The spec covers the homepage, transactions, account, and block pages. Modules with run, NFTs, tokens, search, wallet connection. Anything missing for the MVP? We're not going to do analytics. We're not going to do validators. No, spec is complete for the MVP. And now it is determining. It has meandered, it has pondered, and now it is determining. We are moving in a good direction. So I don't know if you all saw on like on Twitter. This dude from like Code Rabbit, which is like another AI coding tool, is just like shitting on his like customers because like a bunch of them don't like the emojis and shit that they put in for like the whimsicalness of like their PR reviews or whatever. And it's like somebody made a good point. Is like whimsy is fine in like small doses. Like with Claude, it's whimsical when it's like doing the thinking, but it's like not giving you all this bullshit that you don't need in the final results. All right, let's take a look at this. I thought you were gonna write. Hold on. Write the spec so I can review it properly. I don't want to read it in terminal. Yeah. No, you fuckface. You write it first so I can read it properly. Someday Claude is going to achieve AGI and like probably kill me first because I occasionally call him a fuckface. I'm very rude to Claude at certain points of the day. Like I've crashed out. There are 11 GraphQL queries, so I'm going to go through like the different GraphQL queries to make sure that they work properly. Kamal says that there was a study that says that being rude gets better results with Claude. So I feel like that's only with Claude, right? I feel like with like ChatGPT, it's the ruder you get, like the less reliable that it actually is. But yeah, with Claude, yes, Claude is just like, okay, fuck, let me try to make it better or whatever. All right, see now I can properly read it. Let's save this, and let's take a look at the full detailed specification now. So I gave it this bullshit, draft spec, which is what 20 lines barely, and it came up with a 374 line detailed spec plan. Let's see, movement blockchain explorer, indexer, primary, RPC fallback, tech stack, Next.js, React, Tailwind, 10 stack, Aptos wallet adapter. Okay, nice. Pages are right. So the homepage will have the search bar, universal at the top, yes. Latest transaction list, 25 per page, paginated, perfect for now. No stats banner, static data, manual refresh, cool. Transaction details, this is how the query param will look. I think that's fine. We're just going to mimic the Etherscan layout, which is good. All the fields, yes. This looks good. Okay, block details. Yeah, that's fine. Hold on, account details, summary, transactions, paginated, tokens, NFTs and modules. Okay, if account has published, yeah, if it has, we can show it. Why not? Module view, execute view and entry functions. Okay, UI UX decisions, pagination, address display, truncated, yes, timestamps, relative only 5 minutes ago, yes, cast display. Theme will be dark and light, mobile first. Empty states, helpful guidance with suggestions, NFT images, grid, lazy load, perfect. URL routing. This is great. This is the search logic. Okay, yes, it already knows how to look for the transaction hash. Could be an address, query both, nice. Numeric only, block height, okay, perfect. Error handling, if the indexer is down, fall back to RPC, helpful message, perfect. All right, let's actually test out some of these GraphQL queries in the Explorer. So we have an Explorer here. So this is going to query the latest transaction. Let's see. So it's actually hallucinating already. I'm gonna have it see. Let's see if it can actually. Here's what I'm gonna have Claude do. It looks good so far, but what I want you to do now is test some of these GraphQL queries. This is going to be really cool. Watch this. I want you to test some of these GraphQL queries. Use Chrome to do so. You can navigate to the Explorer. You can use this address to test things if needed. Let me go grab the public. My public ones. This one should be fine. Okay. Okay, so Claude just opened up this Chrome tab. I have the Claude extension installed, so it actually has. Okay, I'm gonna allow actions. Claude has now, on its own, opened up our GraphQL Endpoint Explorer and is going to start testing out these GraphQL queries to make sure that it's not hallucinating. And like I said, I know it's already hallucinating because some of these GraphQL, I know off the bat the first GraphQL query was incorrect, which is why I wanted to check it. But why check it myself when Claude can just fucking do it? This is one of the coolest things fucking ever. Bro, it just wrote the fucking GraphQL query in there. I can see the schema explorer on the left. Let me test the first query. So it's testing the latest transactions. Bro. Scroll down. I think it's scrolling down to like wherever the thing is. What do you mean autocomplete is interfering? Okay, there we go. You figured it out, Claude? I want to see if it knows that these fields are like not actually there now. What do you mean the query is not set correctly? See? Told you it's not. There's errors, bro. Let's see. It's stewing. It's stewing right now. He's stewing because like he's like, fuck, I am wrong. So what are you using for computer use in Claude? Okay, so basically what you want to do is install the Claude extension so that Claude has access to your browser. You can just get this from the Chrome extension store. There's like an installation thing, I think, also in Claude Code. Once you have that installed, Claude can then essentially just access your browser and do shit. I know like some other folks have like taken other approaches. It's fixing it. Look at it. It fucking fixed the query. You see that shit? So this is so cool. Look, it works now. So it gains access through that extension. I don't know the exact details, but like Claude Code, the CLI, and the extension kind of like work together. It hits some API and like controls your browser through the extension. It can click around. It has like basically full fucking control. Is the clicking of buttons slow or fast? It can be a little slow at times. Typing is pretty fast. And I would say clicking around, sometimes it doesn't know exactly what to click. These queries are all working now. Look at the shit. But yeah, right now what I'm forcing it to do is like, okay, it created a plan, it created a bunch of queries. I want you to go into this tool where you can verify whether these things work or not, right? Before we actually build out the thing. So I could have like just easily walked away and been like, these are all your shit, go do this, I'm gonna go do something else, right? You can work on like multiple things with this. It's fucking cool. So just verified query 2 was a success. Query 1. Yeah, so now it's just fucking going through and testing all of the it's just fucking testing all the queries. It's so cool. Yeah, I've had this fucking cough for a long ass time. I think in the US, in New York, and like a bunch of different places, people are just like, that collection ID thing is wrong. But yeah, people are just like not getting over this like random ass flu that came by. I've only recently just gotten a little bit better, but the cough is still like fucking lingering. So no one wants us to mask up anymore. I don't know if that actually helped or not. I'm not educated in that side of things, but I think it helped. Okay, so it's going through all of them now. This is, so you were asking like how quick it is. It can be a little slow-ish. Basically, the way that it is kind of like verifying things, it's just like it's taking, you'll see here, it's taking a screenshot, looking at the screenshot. Does that screenshot have the expected behavior? Does it not? That's kind of like how it's looking at it. So that I guess can sometimes take a little bit of extra time, right? So it's not the fastest thing in the world yet. It's not going to be as quickly as like, I don't know, going in, clicking something, glancing at it, making sure it works, Some of the queries it's going through quicker than the others because like I guess like did them properly. I don't know if he's actually updating the spec or not. I'm assuming at the end of this stewing session, which has so far gone for 7 minutes, it will actually go ahead and do that. Query, it's only on query 4. Fuck, there's 11 queries, bro. I wonder if we can do other things. I know. So Claude can have like sub agents. I think we should have like assigned a sub agent to do this. Let's do that. Can we have a sub agent be in charge of doing this while we continue and start building out the UI? I don't know if that's going to work or not. I've never actually asked it to do a sub agent in this manner. That way we can, do some stuff in parallel. Okay. Query 5 is a success. Like we can start building out with those queries. Okay, yeah. Fuck it. Auto accept. We're doing YOLOs. Yeah, drinking tea and coffee has helped. I've tried like so many home remedies from different cultures. Bengali, Indian, Chinese, so many different things. It's been crazy the amount of things I've tried to like tackle this specific cough with. Yeah. Cool. It's gonna install 10 stack query, GraphQL request. Let's go. So I'm using StreamYard to do this, and it's really interesting. It actually like shows me where you guys are chatting in from. Some of you are on YouTube, some of you are on Twitter. From what I can see, there's 98 people viewing this at this moment, which is fucking cool. So now Claude is going in, and I don't think it's actually doing any more validation of the queries, which is fine. We know that the first 5 work. We can start building out with the first 5. Once we just hit 100 viewers, 102 viewers. Fuck yeah, I love you guys. 103, you guys are amazing. Thank you for tuning into this. Where we're at right now is like Claude basically is helping us build out an Etherscan clone for movement. We built out an extensive spec file here. I gave it this like draft spec, which was like 20 lines of bullshit, and it asked us like full interview questions to get to this. I'll probably go back and like do some clipping to show how some of this stuff like works. We'll do some stuff there so you guys can like review all that shit there. But right now it's starting to scaffold out what we initially need. It's going to start building out the homepage in a second with the search bar component and all that. So that's all of its tasks right here. It installed the 10 stack query stuff. I have it on YOLO mode, just accepting everything that it gives me. And we'll see kind of how that goes. Let's see. Oh shit. We're already seeing stuff happen here. Mover scan. We already got transactions. Let's compare this to our live explorer. Yeah, you see the CSN price. Yeah, holy shit, it works. Nice. Let's see if we can go other as the block number method. Amazing. Okay, cool. So the initial homepage is there. Has it done the search bar yet? No, it hasn't done the search bar component yet. I mean, it has, but it probably hasn't actually scaffolded that together yet. But we're already seeing progress. We see all of our latest transactions, which is good. Nice. No need, I already have it running. I need to like put that in a rule somewhere, like don't ask me, because I almost always have it running myself and I don't want to waste tokens on you running shit. Okay, all right, it did update the spec MD with the corrected queries, or it claims it did. I'll trust you, Claude. 113 viewers. Yo, thank you guys for coming in. Well, hold on. There's some media sound assets here that I can play. Drum roll. I'm gonna go and like find some good sounds later to add to this, so we can do that for future streams. For folks tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. Would be cool, just to understand where y'all tuning in from. Did y'all come here because you were actually interested, or did you think I'm just stupid and oh yeah, we like the drums. Thank you, Kamal. Okay. Oh, I think it is still testing. Yo, it is still testing the queries in parallel. So it's testing the queries in parallel while it's also building out the homepage. All right, so we did actually get things going quicker. I think that sub-agent thing actually worked. Perfect. I'm still like learning a little bit about the sub-agent stuff and how to actually trigger it myself. But that's fucking cool. Like it's doing multiple tasks at once, so we don't have to wait for like one specific thing. But that's like one of the really cool things here, right? Like you have different agents like focused on different tasks in parallel and get these things done like much quicker. Okay, where are we at? Oh, it's going to test the homepage in the browser itself. Bro. Okay, so it builded out the search bar component. I'm going to take one of these. Can I open these? Okay, it doesn't work yet, but I can take, can I search? Okay, no, it hasn't implemented that yet. That's fine. We're getting there. It's still testing the homepage, but bro, we just sat here and watched it work. Timestamps working 1 second ago, 2 seconds ago. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it had some weird like negative whatever. It fixed the age. That's perfect. I've got a hard stop in like 45 minutes, so we'll see how far we get 45 minutes from now. but we're already pretty fucking far. Oh yeah, look at this stuff. You can see people are swapping, setting some prices, doing lots of swaps. Someone is accepting a collection bid on something. Interesting. Okay. This is all mainnet stuff, so this is shit people are doing. And they said this was a dead chain. Let's see. Apparently it tests. Oh, it tested. It's so Claude. So I was looking at everything in here, right? Claude, unbeknownst to me, actually opened another tab and has been looking at the Explorer itself. So you can see Claude is oh shit, the transaction details, bro. It built the transaction details, went to the transaction details page to actually make sure it works. Like, why do you need engineer? Why do you need me anymore? I'm like, fuck, we're out of a job, bro. Give it a year. We're not gonna have jobs anymore. Shit. How does it deal with the error? I want to see how it deals with this error. Like before, I had to be like, when I was like first using Claude, I would take a fucking screenshot, drag it in to the terminal, be like, yo, look, what's going on? Now it just opens the browser, sees there's an error. Yes, Rahat's getting fired. I don't know if I'm getting fired for like foul language or just because. This is crazy, bro. Nice. Okay, so it has the method, it has the module that it was called from, and like the exact. So like if you're new to the move side of things, because you can have multiple smart contracts or modules at a specific address, the way that you like specify which one you want to use is like you add these little thingies here. I forget what they're called, and then you specify the name of the module. So it actually boiled it down to like this module at this address is the name of the module that it called, and this is the method that it called. This is dope. See, it's got the sequence number, epoch, gas. Let's fucking go. Events. We've got events coming in. Yeah, like Kamal said, like at one point, like these guys weren't even able to read the screenshots clearly or correctly. Like it specifies so many freaking things. Now I don't have to give it a screenshot. It just goes in and like verifies on its own that shit is happening. I feel like there's a bunch of clips we can get out of this for, you know, the social medias. Bro, this is crazy. So Umar is saying, but is not, it's still just copying the stuff you provided. Interesting question. Is it still just copying? So what I provided it was like direction, really. All I did was give it direction. I was like, you know, you can look at these stocks, you can look at, this is the RPC endpoint that you want to use, the GraphQL endpoint that you want to use. The actual queries was it constructed. I just told it that I want to be able to get this data, and this data. That was like during that whole interview process that we did. And oh shit, NFTs are working. Are there? These are all placeholders. Whatever. So it takes that direction and translates that into actual like code, right? We are like, I didn't write any of this code at all. Claude is coming up with all this code on its own. It's verifying that the code works, which is fucking crazy. And it's just like going at it from there. So hopefully that answers your question, I think. Let me know if like anything's unclear from that. Yeah, this is really heading towards fucking scary AGI. Like this is mind blowing to me that like this is like what's possible, because like even just like a few months ago, this was just like not something that we would think is like possible at all, you know. It's literally going through building every single fucking page, and yeah, I think we more or less one-shotted a basic explorer. Like, come on, I'm telling you, bro. That's why it asked all those questions. It wanted to one-shot this thing. Okay, cool. So we've come to a point where, all right, so block pages are working. All right, so let's see what it wants. All core pages are complete. Here's what we built. Homepage, transaction list with pagination and search bar, transaction details, account detail, block detail. Created a GraphQL client. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. It's in the lib file. Like I didn't do none of this. Like, it created a GraphQL client to actually hit the indexer. All the queries are in here. It created like interfaces for each of them. Created the queries. Hold on, I thought we were doing the server side. I guess we're doing everything client side. It's fine. Whatever. It's got, look at this, like it's got these formatting things for like the timestamps to like get the time properly and show like how many seconds, minutes, hours, and days it's been. Like in the old days, we would have had to be like, fuck, Stack Overflow, how do I do this shit? Did it in look at all this. Function for, is this a valid address? Is this numerical? Detect the search type. Is it an address, a version? Is it a block? Bro, I didn't even tell it any of this, and it knows to do this. Truncating the address, move decimals, like everything's there. Let's see, formatting. Let's look at some of the components. Okay, I love it. So use query is amazing from TimeStack Query. I love that. We did that from the start. Everything is tailwindified. It didn't really use Shatcyan. I wish it did, but it's fine. Like, I specifically scaffolded a Shatcyan. I should have told it that, but I don't really want to go back and do anything. Okay. All right. So things look pretty good. I'm going to leave that tab open, but let's just like click into some of this stuff. So, bro, so this account, you can see all the transactions it's done. It's all paginated, amazing. Let's see, you can see the tokens, how much move it has, NFTs. It's got some NFTs on it. Let's see. I'm just clicking around. Lots of swaps, lots of transfers. Somebody sold. What did you sell? Okay, nice. I think this is one of the games. Is it? Yeah, it's like claiming rewards, charging. Yeah, this is. I'm fairly certain this is a game. So far, I haven't seen any of the NFTs actually showing up, which kind of sucks. But we can take a bigger look at that in a second. All right, so what is remaining? Dark light theme, wallet connection, module viewer. Oh, it didn't actually do the NFT image loading. It's just got the placeholders, so that's fine. Okay, so that's just placeholders. Cool. That's why that didn't work yet. Okay. What we got? I got like half an hour. Do fucking everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's not even actually loading from the token URI right now. So that's why. Yeah, I think once we're gone through all of this stuff, if we have enough time on the stream, we will switch over to having more of like a move style UI. No, it's doing the flicker thing. One thing nobody can fix the stupid flicker. All right, so it's adding the toggle. Where is it going to add the toggle? I wonder. It would make most sense probably up here. I think what I might do is go into Replit Design and have it like give it like a proper design out. Oh, we got the Connect wallet. This doesn't work yet. Oh shit, we got dark mode in the house. This is so cool. Dark mode looks nice too. Look at that, look at that. This is fully vibe coded, bro. I'm not even checking the code at this point. It's like it works. We checked the or I made it check the queries. I'm just like, as long as the queries work, as long as you're getting the data you need, everything else is just front end. Just figure it out. I don't want to like check front end code. I don't want to like judge your use effects. If you use a use effect, I don't give a fuck. Just make it work. This is beautiful. Where can you get the brand assets for Move? We're going through just like a brand change, so I don't think it's like fully accessible just yet, but I'll ask internally afterwards. Yeah, it's not so bright anymore. Okay. Let's see. Is he going to fix this error on its own? Or do I have to intervene? I didn't have to intervene in the last error. We just fixed it. Look at that, look at that. The module runner, they knew the error and they fixed it. Okay. Latest transactions look good. It's testing all the features in the browser. Nice. Claude started debugging in the browser. I've got a solid 30 minutes. I think we can do a bunch more shit. Dark theme and wall button is showing. Let me test the theme toggle. Yeah, bro, the theme toggle works. But let's go back to dark mode. Because this is blinding. No, it's not still dark. Oh shit. So I switched it back to dark, I guess, before it took the screenshot, and now it thinks that like the toggle didn't work. The toggle works, bro. Don't worry. Since I clicked in, I think it lost the auth. Oops. Don't worry, bro. It works. Okay. Everything's good. Let me grab my public address. There should be some NFTs on here we can hopefully take a look at. Cool. It knows that it's an address. It's an account. Nice. NFTs. Yes, let's fucking go. We can see NFTs. This one didn't show up. Probably something wrong with the URI. Tokens. Let's go. We see the USDC. We see the move. Amazing. Transactions, and you can see the transaction that's been done in this account. So that all works. Can I connect wallet? Oh, no wallet's detected connect. Oh, because I need to reload with allowing this. Yo, let's go. We connected. Connect wallet works. And disconnect. Yeah, nightly. Perfect. It detected nightly. So connect wallet is already fucking working. I think we're good. What else do we want to test? What else do we want to test? Token metadata, NFT images, all work, all good. Module tab with API. Okay, we need to find something that has a module on it. Worst case scenario, I'll just let's see. Here, this one. Yeah, this has a module. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, cool. Can I run? Oh yeah, this is a view. I can query. Nice, okay. Yeah, this is giving me the coin address of this specific thing. Nice. Metadata. Can I run this? Okay. So view functions are working. These are all view functions. I'm not a fan of how it does it. We can work on the UI, but it works. Hit my wire again. Okay, so it works. Like we can run the functions, which is exactly what we wanted. The UI needs a little bit of work, but this shit works. You know, we can work on the UI afterwards. Perfect. All right. Perfect. Okay. So we want to make this a little bit more movement-ish, right? Let's see. We do have a new design system, but that's definitely gonna take me more than the half an hour to actually get it set up and everything. So maybe we won't do that on the stream. Sorry, Omer. Yeah, I'm just like not prepared to put in the design system at the moment. Like I said, I was just like winging this entirely, but I think this is a good MVP. What do you guys think? Do we want any further things added in here? No, I think this is a good spot probably to end the stream. I will take a look at how we can do the updates for the UI. I'll probably do another stream on just like a combination of maybe using our design system, figuring out if we can use like Replit design as well. But this is the initial version of the Explorer from Etherscan, kind of like following the Etherscan style a little bit. We'll probably need to work on a few things, but this is the MVP. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are as amazed as I am at one-shotting a fucking Explorer. Like I said, like the planning is like where it all really kind of like matters, right? The better you plan, the better the more information you can give it. Like I showed you guys from the beginning, I started off with this stupid draft spec, right? Pretty minimal. I just kind of told it like, this is the end result of what I want. Now interview me, review anything you need to review, and figure out what you really need to do. And then it created this like bigger spec with the tech stack, the endpoints, schema, everything that it needed. And from that, we got this. Like, it's crazy, bro. AI definitely still needs the direction. And I think, like, if you were just like vibe coding and one-shotting this without some prior knowledge of like how you need to fetch the data and all this, it would be a little bit more difficult. But I guess like that's where us engineers come in, right? Like we kind of have the understanding of like where to fetch the data, how to fetch it, some trade-offs, etc. We did everything client side. We should have done it on the server, but it's whatever. We can iterate and like build on top of that. I think the biggest thing is just like using AI to like figure out how to quickly go through your work smarter, not harder, and all that shit. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This was of pretty much impromptu sort of stream. We will be building out this a little bit further over the next couple of days. Thank you.